Right, let's check out what we've got in here. Dear Lord Mortimer, I'm writing to ask you to persuade President Washington not to sign the Fugitive Slave Act as it stands. We must absolutely legislate on a national level and not allow every state to choose their policy regarding slaves. It was initially intended to resolve a conflict between Pennsylvania and Virginia. By signing it, we risk legislating the hunting of blacks. More and more men of little faith are becoming slave hunters, and unable to find any slaves on the run, they kidnap the first black they come across, which they pass off as the wanted runaway. The situation threatens to quickly degenerate. Thank you in advance, your friend John Adams. P.S. Say hello to my daughter Elizabeth for me. Well, he's not saying hello anymore. My lord, I hope this letter will reach you. My hours are numbered. My printing house has been confiscated and I am imprisoned in the fortress of Schlüsselburg. If by chance you could intervene in my favor, I would be eternally in your debt. The Tsarina Catherine should not be long in banning all Golden Order lodges from her territory. Our horizon has become considerably darker. In the hope that you can help me, your friend Nikolai Novikov. I mean, it is a map of Africa.
It shows the forces present in Africa. This is unexpected activity in this sector. It looks like there are also many unknowns, even for Mortimer.
Politics are locked, apparently. Okay.
Honey, I couldn't have hoped for better. Weakness of the Human Psyche by Guillaume Trimore. He says, it is possible to drill an idea into someone by constant daily repetition until the mind gives in. And goes on, there are hundreds of good ways to live life, but you only need one to convince the masses that it's the only one possible. The author isn't letting any ethical principles get in his way, is he?
The gift has been delivered. Timur Shah Durrani, king of Afghanistan, of Punjab, of Sindh, of Mashhad, and of Kashmir, should not retain his title much longer. His son Saman will succeed him as planned. We will then be able to resume negotiations. K. Map of South America.
This shows the forces present in America.
My dear friend, with thanks for your services rendered and help in the fight against the Spanish and the conquest of Iran, a ship bound for Marseille in France has been chartered. Hidden aboard are a few corpses infected with the plague that is decimating our country at this moment in time. Be very careful when handling these boxes because if inadvertently opened you risk spreading the disease all over France. Mohammed El-Kibir. Alright, so Mortimer really has an overview over the whole world. My dear friend, as desired I have been able to gather together my friends to sign the agreement you proposed. This agreement shall be known as the Buttonwood Agreement. If you recall the place where we gathered when you met us for the first time, you will understand why this name was given. Please find enclosed a list of my colleagues. Leonard Bleecker, 16 Wall Street. Hugh Smith, Tontine Coffee House. Armstrong and Bournwell, 58 Broad Street. Samuel March, 243 Queen Street. Andrew D. Barclay, 136 Pearl Street. Benjamin Sexas, 8 Hanover Square. John Henry, 13 Duke Street. John Bush, 195 Water Street. David Reedy, 58 Wall Street. Thanks to your help, we shall soon be able to meet at my place, the Tontine Coffee House. I look forward to seeing you as soon as possible. Hugh Smith. Okay, there's more. Well, let's look at the globe first. Let us see if you have the courage to face me alone.
This is my mother's writing. I've picked up her trail. What is she up to? Obviously, she wants to lure Mortimer somewhere, but where? The only clue she's left for Mortimer is his stone sword. It must be intentional. It looks like a decorative sword, like from a statue, for example. And judging by the state of it, I'm guessing it's been left outside for a long time. I have absolutely got to find out where it came from.
For which you would have to go outside. Alright. Not checked out these yet. It's Australia. My dearest Lord Mortimer, I regret to inform you that it will soon be impossible to ignore pressure from the Russians. The Tsarina Catherine has every intention of supporting the Count of Provence and will recognize him as the regent of the Kingdom of France. Once King Louis has disappeared from the political stage, I am sorry to announce bad news, but expect dark times ahead. Your friend Elfried Bauer.
A fine-looking map of the Orient, indeed.
Sir, your plans to intervene in Belgium are to go ahead as set down. I am to occupy the Prussian army. Your delivery of cannons to Valmy has ensured our victory. As agreed, I have notified the King of Prussia of the invasion plans of Custine and the Army of the North. I will keep the Austrians out of Belgium. I am to quickly return to Paris as I sense the fate of our King Louis is about to be decided dishonorably and it's impossible for me not to intervene. Should you have any missives to give to me, I invite you to go by, as per usual, our friend Monsieur Peru. Sincerely yours, Charles-François Dumouriez, General of the Army of the North. Alright. Can I open this?
It's locked.
Apparently I can't. More stuff to read. My dearest Lord Mortimer, as a friend of China, rest assured that you will be rewarded with your information. You need not worry about any scheming against us from Great Britain. Their representative, Mr. McCartney, will leave with no hope of any arrangements involving us. Your friend Can Long, Emperor of the Qing Dynasty. Okay. William, whatever your project, it would seem that our father is against leaving you with a grip on Europe. Russia will soon commit itself to the coalition against your dear France. Don't think you can resist for long. I beseech you, William, not to persist. You're tearing our family apart. Your loving brother, G. P.S. I shall come to your conference, but do you think that holding it at the present moment is conductive? Okay. A message directly to William from his brother. Europe.
It shows the forces present in Europe. It's clear that France is surrounded by her enemies. However, a large number has been underlined in bold. 26 million. I know what it is. It's an estimation of my country's population. All our neighbors have far fewer inhabitants.
My dear friend, thank you for your words, and I do understand your situation. I regret having to confront you militarily, but if the situation obliges me to declare war, then do what you think fit. Under your advisement and with a wary heart, I am off to meet up with the coalition that opposes you. In the hope of serving you again, George, King of Hanover, King of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Ireland. Okay, and a whole nother room.
Preservation using formaldehyde.
What is
just
that?
as disgusting as ever.
Is that a brain? Okay. More books to read?
Something strange about this table. What kind of experiments does Mortimer carry out here? It's a dissection table. So Mortimer does autopsies here on his desert island. But who is he doing autopsies on then? The little surgeon's perfect collection.
Interesting.
Looks like obsidian or onyx. Must weigh a ton. These are feathers. Pigeon, probably.
Yeah, I can't dispute that. It's also not very helpful.
A skeleton by the name of Gustav, if the plaque on the plinth is anything to go by. Mortimer's given a name to his anatomy skeleton. That's morbid. Oh, his right hand is missing.
Okay. Dear Lord Mortimer, as agreed, I have changed your old lock for one of my invention. Drawing inspiration from your doctor friend Mr. Guillotine, here is the model of your new lock, if you appreciate my prototype. It is difficult to imagine how it all fits together, but it will be located in the middle of the present door. The aim being to alter nothing of the door's functionality, but to add a bit of spice. Depending on the lineup of the wheels, the aforementioned lock will open or will punish the snooper whose faith is not strong enough. I called my invention the judgment of faith, because if a snooper is unable to resist opening it, they will be punished. I hope you'll appreciate the irony of the situation. Gustave Montron, Master Architect. Okay. So I assume that means there's another lock somewhere here and you only have one chance at opening it. Which is kind of counterproductive to how I've been opening locks around here in recent times. Dear friend, who is the most admirable of all the Olympians? None other than the king of the gods, of course. Unlike his father Cronus, he learned to make equal use of his strength and wisdom. Instead of fearing the power of his children and brothers, he accepted to share the world with them. Men fear his thunder and praise his justice. He reigns but doesn't dominate. Well, if I had seen that earlier, maybe would have gotten the Zeus little safe outside quicker. Is that the right hand? No, it doesn't look like it.
That must be for writing the homing pigeon messages.
Yep, that makes more sense.
3 rusty old nails. They're about 20 centimeters long. Some goat skulls, chicken legs. Now we all know what that's for. I'm a little surprised at Mortimer. I didn't seem as the type to be organizing little pagan parties, invoking occult powers, and dancing naked under the full moon. I'm more used to seeing cheap charms like this sold by charlatans in Pré Saint-Gervais. Look, a pack of tarot cards. Has he been reading the cards? Mortimer? That would surprise me. It is a typical draw on a line that answers a specific question. To the left, temperance, that announces a reward for one who patiently waits before taking any action. And in the middle, the chariot, which symbolizes triumph and business success. To the right, the emperor evokes a future full of power and stability.
Lord Mortimer, the tiger is dying. On your demand, I have attacked Travancore and personally cut the throats of as many Englishmen as possible, though without help from the French. I cannot hold them off much longer. My forces are rapidly diminishing in spite of your new rockets. Help us, Tipu Sahib, Sultan of Mysore.
An iron mask. I wonder who it's for.
Probably the people he does autopsies on. That's my guess. Dear Lord Mortimer, be assured of my entire devotion. As agreed, the Vendée peasantry will soon rise up. My network is striving to increase the pressure on the masses. The decision of the Assembly, which consists of voting the civil constitution of the clergy, is inflaming the region. The people overwhelmingly reject the priests and swear loyalty to the state. If you could ensure that the convention will administer the final blow to the people, the issue will be resolved. Without wishing to direct you, a forced recruitment for a faraway conflict would be a perfect way to rouse the people definitively. Your devoted servant, François Athanas Charette de la Contrie. What is that? Oh, another key.
A chest with a motif representing the alchemical symbol of fire.
Let's search if we find the other key somewhere first. My dearest friend, our plans are going ahead wonderfully well. The Coinage Act has been voted. Your project of founding the very first Bank of America should not be delayed. It will probably be called Union Bank. As for the construction of the White House, it is still die to begin in October. Isn't that supposed to mean due? I'll accept no delays. You can trust me on this. I hope to see you soon. Thomas Jefferson, Secretary of the State. Alright, let's put the one key
A
in.
chest with a motif representing the alchemical symbol of fire.
See if it gets cheaper then. It actually does. Nice. Okay. And some collector coins.
Am I seeing things, or is that an actual von Leeuwenhoek microscope? Incredible. Mortimer really is at the cutting edge of science. Even at the Order, it took us ages to get one of those.
Okay. I think I've looked at everything in here. So let's do one final check. Can't look at the paintings. Looked at it. Wait, have I looked? Yeah, I have looked at that. Should have looked at everything. Yeah. In here, probably. Yeah. So let's head back.
Oh, shit. How am I gonna get out of here now?
God damn it, I knew it.
This looks like the same mechanism as the one on the other side. Looks like the same as the one on the other side.
So technically it has to be in a certain position responding to what the code on the other side is. So wait a second. It's 0 to 9. And if you turn it, how many would it be? It has to be equal on the upside and the downside. There's one in the front, one in the back, and there's 3 each side. No, 4 each side. There's 10 numbers. So it's 4 either forwards or backwards. I think if I remember correctly, it was 1190 the first time. So wait, 1190. If we go forwards, we're at 5, 5, 0, 1, 2, 3. Is it 3? Wait. There's 4 in between. 3, 4. If we go backwards, it's 0, 9, it's 8, 8, 5, 7. No, not 7. It's or is it 7? No, it is 7. No, that can't work. It's not. It's 7, 7, 5, 6. Is it? 5 is 9. 6 is 0. Yep. That should be it. One of these two. But which one? Wait, I can check, can't I? Yeah, I can check. I can put 1190 in at the other side. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I'm stupid. I need to put it at 1190 in the first place. 190. Is it this way around though? No, it was the other way around. This needs to be 1. This needs to be 1. No. Ah. This needs to be 1. Too far. This needs to be 9. This needs to be 0. Alright. And now I need to do... Wait, how many do I have to do? So if it's 1, it's in the first position down. If it's 2, it's in the second position down. If it's 3. So I need to do it 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is so clunky. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This should be it.
This looks like the same mechanism as the one on the other side. Whoa. If the grid closes a bit more every time I enter a wrong date, I'd better not mess up again. It doesn't seem to be working.
Okay, then let's examine the mechanism a bit more. What's this? It should be right. This
looks like the same mechanism as the one on the other side. These cylinders rotate on the same central axis, so when I enter a number on one side, it corresponds to another one on the other side. The mechanism passes through the wall. The wheels are the same on both sides. Chances are the combination I used on the other side works on this side too.
Wait, what?
The mechanism passes through the wall. The wheels are the same on both sides. Chances are the combination I used on the other side works on this side too.
I bet it has to be like the other way around, right? Like,
these cylinders rotate on the same central axis, so when I enter a number on one side, it corresponds to another one on the other side.
Yeah, I figured that out by myself, but it's not working. Wait. The only thing I can think of is that I got it the wrong way around. Or that I'm misremembering the actual solution. But it was 190, wasn't it? Pretty sure. I'll go and double check that and then I'll come back. It was 1191. So, before I mess anything up completely, I'll put that back to a 1 and then back to a 1 and then count out the 5 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This should be it.
This looks like the same mechanism as the one on the other side.
You've said this a few times now, Louis. Yeah, there we go. Just misremembered the actual number. That's the problem if you don't actually solve the riddles, but just do it by trial and error.
Well, I better not dwell on it then.